Today is Friday, April 7th, 2017, and this is Generally Trivial.
Welcome to Generally Trivial, a conversation on the lighter side of current events.
Hello and welcome back to Generally Trivial, where we're going to take a walk on the lighter side of current events. I am Jeff, one of the hosts here, and today with me, I have Jordan.
Hello, hello.
And Shawn.
Hey.
Guys, we are about to be over the hill.
Almost.
Yeah.
Just about as old as you are.
Almost 6 past me. Yeah, but this is our last episode in the 30s.
It is.
Nice.
So it's pretty stinking cool.
This next one. Well, when we get to 50, that will be some awesome achievement.
That's party time.
We're going to skip 50.
Just go straight from 49 to 51.
It's like some hotel elevators, how there's, not a 13th floor.
I don't think it's the elevator. I think it's actually the building.
Yeah, you're right. But
they don't just skip a floor. They don't build it and then skip it.
They don't put anything on that
They
floor.
just name it the 14th. But no, it's pretty cool. As we record every 2 weeks, that's 80-ish weeks we've been going. We've skipped a couple, so
yeah,
we're over 80 weeks. That's pretty cool. For me, with the little break we had a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
I don't know if I filled you guys in that I've been listening to S-Town along with a lot of other people.
S-Town. What's S-Town?
S-Town is a podcast that stands for feces of town.
Oh.
It's a descriptor of a Woodstock, Alabama, by the main person in the show. He describes it that way. It got downloaded 10 million times in the first 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That is like 50 years worth of work on our end. They did it in 4 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had the two of the biggest podcasts in the world kind of behind it. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
that definitely helps.
Of course it does. When you have money like that, like anything is possible, I guess.
Yeah, the ceiling is the roof.
The ceiling is the roof. You're right.
Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Which brings us to the fact that our brackets are over. Amber, who was on the last episode, won the bracket, unfortunately, picking North Carolina.
Look, she literally wins anything she ever touches.
She is dating me.
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. Look, she could play like darts, blindfolded, with her off hand, and still win.
Versus you, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm terrible at darts, but she's so good at just guessing everything.
Guessing. She's the best guesser ever.
I mean, there's such a thing as being a good or bad guesser. When it comes to 50-50, I always sometimes guess it wrong.
Always sometimes.
Always sometimes. Like 60% of the time. Almost every time.
Shawn asked me if I agree with him.
Do you agree with him?
I guess.
See, it's not just me, right?
Shawn, did you see they're possibly and probably rebooting The Matrix?
I did see that.
It's interesting idea.
Yeah.
The first one was near flawless.
Yeah, the first one was an amazing movie.
The second two of the four, because Animatrix is the second best.
Yeah.
Were not so strong.
Yeah, they were trash.
I still will argue the second one had strong parts.
Reloaded, parts of it were okay. Revolutions was a burning garbage pit.
Yeah, pretty much the whole thing on that one.
Yeah.
I still remember going away from that theater because it was like 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning because they wanted a simultaneous worldwide release on that thing for whatever reason. I don't know if it was to escape film critics, maybe. I don't know, because I know sometimes films won't show to critics before they release because of that, but I don't know if they did that or not. But yeah, we drove away, and we stayed up the whole night because we're idiots, and I remember trying to convince myself that I enjoyed that film as we drove away. I'm like, no, it was good because of the thing and the thing. But I was wrong.
I pretty much at the end of Reloaded, when he did the EMP outside of the Matrix, I was excited for the third movie because I was like, I think it'll be interesting to see how they explain this.
Yeah.
And then you get into the third movie, and the stupid Oracle just says, the powers of the one extend beyond the Matrix. And I'm like, I'm done here. I can leave right now and I'm good. Because this is dumb.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing I ever heard.
We're going to start the show that way.
That's a throwback to like 15 episodes ago.
So I know Jeff used to game. I don't know if Jordan plays any video games at all.
My gamer tag was Fat Master. So yeah.
Nice.
And then Shawn took it.
But last week, the game Mass Effect Andromeda came out. So I've been playing a lot of that. That's mostly what I've been doing for the last week and a half.
Nice.
Pretty much, I've already put 60 hours into the game.
That's impressive.
Around 60 hours into the game already.
And for how long? A week and a half?
Yeah, in about a week and a half.
Man, that's awesome.
My days off, that's all I do.
Wow.
I put like 10 hours a day on my days off into that game.
That's work.
But I loved the original Mass Effect series.
Oh, yeah.
Even though the ending of Mass Effect 3 was not great.
Subpar.
Right? But the series in a whole was awesome. And I feel Andromeda's been really good so far. I still would say that the other games were better. But I think this is a worthy follow-up and that it could lead to more games that could be really good.
So it's like the new trilogy of Star Wars movies.
Kinda, yeah. I would say that.
Have you played the new Zelda game?
I have not. I haven't owned a Nintendo system since the 64.
Wow, that was like 50 years ago.
Yep. And
Wow.
I have not had the desire to buy a Nintendo system since.
Well, Kyle was on the show, 2 shows ago? That's all he does is play the new Zelda game, and he's racked up like 60 hours on it. He beat it. When he beat it, it tells you the percentage of game that you've actually beaten.
Yeah.
And so he beat the whole game, and then it said you completed 23%. And that was like 60 hours worth of playtime.
That's what happens when you don't do side quests.
So the last 4 weeks, I guess last time I recorded was 4 weeks ago. Since then, I've been out of the country. I went on a cruise.
Nice.
Which was fantastic. To the Bahamas. Have y'all ever been to the Bahamian Islands?
I have not.
South of Miami, north of Australia.
I've never left the state.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're some of the best, most beautiful waters I've ever seen. Anyways, side note, besides the cruise, which was fantastic, and now I have a tan like Arnold Schwarzenegger did when he did Strong Man.
I guess.
So that was the side note that you have a tan?
The side note is since I've been back, I've watched a lot of Netflix.
Okay.
I started this new series called 13 Reasons Why. It actually just came out on Netflix, I don't know, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, something like that. So I just started it, and it's like freaking awesome. And it's very like cliffhangery, makes you just want to know more. So it just holds off, and it makes you have to watch the next show,
right?
The next episode. Anyways, the main character ends up, this happens all before the show even starts, but it says the main character commits suicide, and then these are the 13 reasons why. There's 13 episodes. It's kind of like, I don't know, House of Cards, where they only do 13 episodes per season.
Right. A lot of Netflix shows do.
Yeah, and really, House of Cards, I thought they were only going to do 4 seasons because there were 4 suits in a deck.
Uh,
And there were 13 episodes, and there are 13 cards in each suit. And I was like, well, that makes sense, but it didn't happen. So, anyways, went on that cruise. I came back, watched a lot of Netflix, and now I started this awesome new series of Netflix original, 13 Reasons Why, which I recommend to anyone listening, and or the people here in this room, or MJ.
I will take that into account.
All right.
I'll probably check it out. Sounds interesting.
Well, in this episode, we're going to fill in the blank, ask, did you hear, and take it to the jury. And we're going to go right into fill in the blank.
In the blank. Biologists Martin Niffler and Klaus Berghofer published a paper that said that spiders could eat every human on Earth in a year based on the amount of food they consume. Spiders' eating habits are blank.
Spiders' eating habits are cute. Because, that's chump change. I could eat every human on Earth in a year. Catch up, spiders.
I'm going to go with literary.
Spiders' eating habits are literary?
Yes. Have you read Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte's Web.
Fair enough.
How do you think she got up all the fuel for all those webs?
She ate humans, apparently.
Yeah. Recently, a cyclone threw a shark into the streets of Queensland, Australia. Sharknado playing out in real life is blank.
Terrifying. It's seriously terrifying. Sharks flying through the air, landing in the middle. Could you imagine? Like, picture eating brunch on a busy street in the city, and all of a sudden a water spout just picks this shark up and throws it right in the middle of the road, and it starts hopping down the road coming at you. That's terrifying.
Hopping?
Sharks hop. Sharks hop.
Prove they don't.
Did not know that sharks were some way related to bunnies. I would say Sharknado playing out in real life is unfair. Shark doesn't even have a chance to fight.
Yeah.
I guess it's true. As long as you have a chainsaw.
It might have done a swap. Like, this was in Australia. It may have just tossed a kangaroo out.
It was a trade. The ocean and Australia have made a trade. One shark for one kangaroo.
I just think it's a shame it didn't drop it in Finland.
Nice. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I believe it would be Zhang Jiajie, 31-year-old artificial intelligence expert from Hangzhou, China, is in the news for marrying a female robot that he built. Building your future spouse is blank.
Entrapment.
Good call.
Because, it's called the old ball and chain for a reason. And you didn't just go look and found one. You made one.
She can't go anywhere.
Not only can you not go anywhere, but for every little personality trait that you might want to argue with, you can't. Because you created it. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, I can't go out with my friends, honey, because you just want me to stay at home all the time.
She's like, well, you made me this way.
Yeah. You can't even argue.
Fair enough.
It's true.
I'll say that building your future spouse is difficult. I don't know that you'd be able to find the correct parts or special order them. All right, here we go.
It probably would be really hard. Probably would be real hard.
Oh my!
All right, I'll start over. Building your future spouse would be expensive. There we go. Next subject. Schmatt's Beer Dining a German-themed restaurant in Tokyo, Japan, is changing pizza as we know it. Instead of classic ingredients like prosciutto, peppers, or tomato sauce, it uses spun sugar as the main ingredient for one of its pies. A Japanese restaurant putting cotton candy onto pizza is...
sweet. Not so much that I'm all jacked about cotton candy, but it's obviously literally sweet.
Right.
And, let's try some new stuff on pizza. Pudding pops.
Pretty sure those would melt.
like rock candy on pizza.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know
I would put that in the pepperoni.
All right, fair enough, I guess.
I mean, you'd have explosive heartburn after you ate it.
Pop rocks. Like pop.
Yeah.
Oh, this pizza is shockingly good.
Pixie sticks.
Oh, wow. You're just naming sugary things. It's like you're looking around the room.
Different items you want on pizza. A Japanese restaurant putting cotton candy onto pizza is an abomination.
Yeah, why ruin a perfectly good pizza?
Exactly. I personally am in the camp of you don't put sweet stuff on pizza.
What if it was like cotton candy stuffed crust?
No. That sounds worse.
That is worse.
That sounds way terrible.
I tried.
It's garlic flavored cotton candy.
That just sounds terrible.
This sounds awful, yeah.
But yeah, keep your cotton candy away from my pizza. Keep pizza away from my cotton candy. I'll eat them separately. Thanks.
We need to get you a shirt, and it's just like a slash in between cotton candy and pizza.
I would wear it.
You would wear it.
I would absolutely wear it.
I would want to see the looks on people's faces.
Like, what?
It wouldn't be complete confusion, but it'd just kind of be an interesting, like... All right. For your guys' thoughts on what we should put on pizza or not put on pizza, go ahead and tell us on the Facebook page, Generally Trivial. And we're going to go ahead into Did You Hear?
Hey,
Did you hear?
did you hear about this one?
Did you hear?
Did you hear about this one?
Hey, Jordan, you like beer.
Sure. Of course.
And you like steak.
And I like steak.
And you enjoy the two together.
I would agree with that, yes.
Well, my Did You Hear actually comes from Chimay, Belgium. And that is a gentleman, Hughes. I have no idea how you actually say this gentleman's name, and I apologize. He's a cattle breeder, and he believes that one of the secrets to great tasting beef is, or at least could be, alcohol.
Interesting.
So this is along the same lines of a story I brought a few episodes ago where they were actually giving Skittles to cows to sweeten them up. This gentleman is giving his cows 4 liters of dark beer every day.
Oh, wow.
He believes that it will actually help out with the marbling of the meat.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
And as well as add to the taste. The Japanese Kobe beef producers massage their cows, play them soothing music, and give them beer to drink. But they're saying that the idea that of them doing this is just a myth, that it actually helps out, but he doesn't buy into it. He's not actually the only one doing something feed-wise to change how they're going to taste. There is an unconventional way to do it also in Australia. Farmers there are actually giving their cows chocolate to fatten them up.
So I'm assuming that chocolate does not have the same effect on cows as it does on man's best friend.
There are claims that that's been fantastic. The way it would do for a dog?
Yeah.
No, it must not. But it would be odd if one of them was lactose intolerant.
They'd find out really quick. I find this interesting because I knew that Kobe beef, like they like deep tissue massage to keep their meat tender, and they
never pass the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, I didn't know about the beer though for Kobe beef. I did not know that.
Do the cows slur their moos? They're like,
Moo at their exes.
I'd like to buy a cow. just so I could give it the beer that I like to drink. Because everybody has different tastes and not everybody likes dark beer. So maybe you let's say you have 100 cows. Let's make it easy. You have 99 cows. Okay, so a third of the cows.
Did you just?
So you can split it up to a third evenly.
So a third of the cows.
Yeah, 33.
Could drink dark beer.
Okay.
Another third of the cows could drink some form of an IPA.
And the other third
And
drinks
the
a
other
placebo?
third could drink like Gatorade, you know? You eat steak and it hydrates you at the same time, kind of thing.
Brondo, it's what cows crave.
So I feel like I want to try this out. I want to
You want to buy 99 cows?
99 cows.
maybe just 3 cows because that also would do.
Split up into a third pretty easily.
I guess I would need 4. I would need 1 as the like the starting point. You know, this is what it tastes
Your
like.
control.
Yeah, my control exactly. I would need 1 control, and then the other 3
experiment.
to
experiments.
compare and contrast.
Right.
You know?
You guys know there's all kinds of crazy Guinness World Records out there. There's some pretty random things
Yes.
there are world records for.
Yes.
There's insanely crazy stuff. Yeah,
Long fingernails.
longest beard.
Yeah. Like I saw one earlier of a Cheeto, a super long Cheeto.
Really? This beard one was like this guy had the world's longest beard. He tripped over it and then died. So he
That's
only,
unfortunate.
yeah.
He died for what he believed in, what he loved. Well, I have found a story about a woman named Zoe Ellis. She's a sideshow performer that goes by the stage name Zoe L'Amour. She recently appeared on an Italian show that was all about setting Guinness World Records. She had previously set a world record already and was just out to beat her own record.
Okay.
The thing she was setting a world record for was stopping the most electric fan blades with her tongue in 1 minute.
Well, let's be honest. Who hasn't done that?
Her previous record that she set was 20. She stopped 20 fan blades in 1 minute with her tongue.
So like a box fan.
Basically, they're more like the smaller variety, but yeah, that type of fan.
Like plastic fan blades. You know.
How do you train for that?
She's a sideshow performer, so I don't know. It doesn't say specifically what she does as a sideshow performer. I'm guessing it's something in a similar field.
Tongue
If they're-
push-ups?
Yeah, something of that nature. But on
Oh, dang it.
the show, she actually was able to break her own world record.
She did it.
She stopped 32 fan blades in 1 minute.
So more than one every 2 seconds.
Yes. And smashed her old record. Or as the article puts it, licked her old world
Oh my
record.
gosh.
There is a bittersweet ending to her story, though, because
She can't taste sour anymore?
no, she's good. But apparently, shortly after her video was filmed, someone else broke her record and
Oh, man.
stopped 35 fan blades in 1 minute.
Can you imagine those two people making out?
Her name was Ashrita Furman. That's who the new world record belongs to.
Ye-
Zoe's got some training to do, apparently.
I don't know why I found that so funny. Why the two?
They would wrestle with their tongues, essentially. Like throwing each other around.
Wait, who was the second person?
Ashrita Furman.
Ashrita.
Yeah, Ashrita was how her name was spelled. So
She's the one that needs a stage name.
But yeah, pretty impressive. I wouldn't want to try it.
Nope.
The closest I would get to a fan blade with my tongue is close enough so that I can hear my voice
Do
change.
the Darth Vader voice.
Yeah, and that's about it. But
I thought you were talking like a task that was similar. Like, I mean, I did the whole battery thing.
Yeah, the 9-volt battery.
you did the battery thing.
Yeah.
You've never done a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
I have the other side because I know that it hurts.
You did the
You just
opposite
decide that won't do
Yeah,
anything?
So it didn't do nothing. Like you try it once, you're like, ouch, I'm going to get someone else. And you're like, look, it does nothing. Either side. And then they do it and they die, because it hurts so bad.
To my knowledge, no one has actually died from licking a 9-volt battery.
I don't know that you could die from a 9-volt shock. Like, I don't think that would...
provide enough of it.
We should
Yeah.
get some cooking oil and put on them and see how many you can swallow in 30 seconds.
Deal. I want to know the world record
Well, yeah,
first.
we'll
just
set a
in-
world record.
Just in case, because I'm not going to do this for nothing,
That'll be the generally trivial world record set.
But somebody's going to have to buy the batteries, and I want to know who we're going to charge for it.
I'll make sure they lose a box at work.
Once a week.
How many you plan on eating?
It'll be all year, man. It'll go to like 50.
I'm not positive you could get away with that.
I'm pretty sure you would die. Licking a 9-volt, you're probably okay. Eating, maybe a different story.
Eating 50 of them.
He wouldn't necessarily die. Just need a little time to recharge. I'll stop. My jokes are dead.
You could always just keep going.
And going.
And going.
Going.
Fair enough.
Jeff, as you know, in your previous question, I like to drink beer and eat steaks
Yeah.
occasionally.
You like to Swanson it up.
I like a good old-fashioned turf and turf. A 16-ounce porterhouse, 24-ounce ribeye, a glass of whiskey, and a cigar. Just occasionally, though, once a week. Anyways, I find it interesting that people in the brewery industry, beer making is becoming more of a hobby, and they're using way different techniques to make beer. Anyways, this brewery in San Diego called Stone Brewing, they're the 9th largest one in the U.S., has decided to use a different method to create their beer by recycling. And they're not recycling like bottles or wheat or whatever.
Wheat?
Yeah, you use wheat. Anyways, so they're recycling water. Not just any water.
That's a good idea.
They're using toilet water.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, they're using toilet water to create a new pale ale, which I find...
Is it out of the back of the
don't know.
toilet? Because that's acceptable.
I don't know. I mean...
A lot harder to collect.
Even if it was out of the back of the toilet, like sometimes people put those like Smurf droplets in there, to make the water blue. I don't know what they're
The
called.
like cleaning tablets?
Yeah, the cleaning tablets. It makes Smurf water. So
Smurf droplets.
You could have a higher class version of that, though, and it would be the upper decker.
well, they're using toilet water. It's the new thing they just decided to do. They were real nervous about it in the beginning, but they named their beer
And they
Full
decided to let it fly.
Full Circle. They named it Full Circle.
That's good. I like it.
So it's made 100% recycled water, and
They should have called it Yellow River.
you know what? I think you got something going.
Shawn, you're in trouble.
So they said that actually the water they've been using from the toilet was better than what they have been using. And it makes me think like, I'm never going to drink their beer ever. Like if they're using toilet water, and
Maybe
that's
it's all
better.
beer.
Huh?
Maybe it's all beer.
Maybe. I hope not. I'm just gonna stop. I can't just knowing that I can't continue.
I'm going to buy you some of that beer.
They say that the water is perfect for their brewing process because it has like salts and different like minerals in it that help give the beer the flavor that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't even. I'm going basic right now. I can't even drink that beer.
I find that odd.
1, 3, 5.
All right, and it's time for a new segment we're calling Take It to the Jury. It is time to take it to the jury. In this, each of the hosts have brought a case to the General Court of Triviality. The other hosts will act as the jury and decide whether or not the argument holds merit. So, Jordan, I hear that you have a case for Shawn and I.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client has the right to name her child whatever she wants. Let that be Ladasha with a hyphen. It could have a number in it. It could be anything that she would like to name her child.
So to be clear, you're representing a pair of parents who have been tried in a Swiss court for how they've named their child.
I plead the fifth, but maybe. So, my client believes
Is that what they're going to name their kid?
She,
the fifth?
the 4th on May, and my client says that she can name her child whatever she wants. She named her child the letter J. And I believe that she should be able to do that. And I think that it is legally correct for her just to be able to name her child the letter J. There are cases where people go by initials, as in like TJ or B or anything else.
There are definitely cases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Upper cases.
Upper, not lower, but higher up cases. And so I challenge you to broaden your horizons of names and allow this woman to name her child Jay.
I hear you. That was a strong argument. Shawn, what are you thinking here?
While in this particular case, I would be okay with her naming her child Jay because it's actually a letter, and there are people named Jay, just J-A-Y, instead of just a letter.
Yeah.
I disagree with your argument that anybody should be allowed to name their child whatever they want, because I don't remember the exact way the parents spelt it, but there was a case, I believe, in Australia where they just spelled out this random long word that was like 15, 16, 17 letters long, and it didn't make sense, and they said their child's name was pronounced Bob.
Whoa.
That's not okay.
So you're saying...
But in this case, I would allow it.
All right, so it's up to us to decide. I think because of your Australian argument there, that we need to deny this, so we don't set a poor precedent.
A precedent. That's fair.
So I think as the jury, we are saying that...
Can I make one more statement?
A closing argument?
All right, here's my closing argument. In a famous movie known as Men in Black, there are...
This is actually a really good argument.
Go on.
There are 2 men,
In black?
Agents K, letter K only, and Agent J.
Yeah, they're Galaxy Defenders.
And their new names are K and J. And I believe that although a 15-digit letter name is a little outrageous, I think the letter J solely is reasonable, and it would save on paper and ink.
That's true.
Solid argument.
And so I compel you to believe that only good will come out of
It will save on cost, Sean.
the 10th
true.
letter of
Well.
the alphabet.
I think I've been swayed.
I was perfectly okay with just J, just not Bob being spelled with 800 letters.
Okay. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and award you the winner of that.
Thank you.
case.
I'm curious how that made it to an actual court and not just this type of court.
Yeah. Yeah, like who brought it up to them? Did someone sue them?
Like the hospital's just like, we're not allowing them to name the baby this.
Like what probably happened is they were like, what would you like to name your baby? And they're like J, and she wrote Jay on the paper.
And they're like, no.
And they're like, no. And they're like, well, it's too late. We already named him Jay. And we're like, well, dang it. And so they had to change it, But thank you all for hearing my...
well argued.
I thought the Men in Black argument was valid.
That was solid. I liked it.
So I'm here on behalf of a woman who is seeing some hot water right now, but she should be applauded. This woman decided that she wanted some iPhones, and they weren't hers. Some people would call that theft.
Some people.
Some people.
If you actually obtain them. But what I'm coming to you with is the idea that if we don't celebrate the act
Of theft?
No, not of theft. Clearly that act is deplorable, but the reason why she should get away with that is she improvised an act so cunning that we have to allow this. Because isn't that what Halloween is all about? The idea of cunning and dressing up in costume. Because this woman who went to steal $40,000, just a small amount, of iPhone technology.
That's like 10 iPhones.
That's like 10 iPhones, yeah. She posed as a Target worker. She wore a red shirt. Guys. Okay. She wore a red shirt.
Okay.
Went into Target. She grabbed the units and she left. As if she were a Target employee. She just walked confidently in. And because of that, she should be applauded because isn't that what Halloween is all about? When you go and dress up on Halloween, you're allowed to go into a store and do whatever you please because you're dressed the right way. Are you not?
No?
Let me say it again. When you dress up for Halloween, you're allowed to go into a store and act as you please. Are you not?
I'm still going no.
No.
What do you think,
Shawn?
What do you think Halloween's supposed to be for?
To celebrate ghosts.
Get candy.
To get candy.
Not steal iPhones.
Okay, when I was little.
Regardless, look, if I dressed up as a police officer on Halloween, I don't know that they would want me to
Arrest
walk
people?
into the police store.
Police store.
and make an arrest. Now, I don't know, Shawn. I think I agree that Target is just completely oblivious and should not sue because she actually did get away with taking the stuff.
Yeah, when was she caught exactly? That's important.
I'm not allowed to say at this moment.
Did she make it home with the phones?
She made it to a place that was similar to a home.
Okay, but she did get out of the store and away from the store.
She did.
Okay.
So I think
say bravo.
I give her a round of applause for just walking in, taking it, and then leaving. It's kind of like, telling Target what's up. Now, I don't believe that it's okay. I think it's not.
Yeah, while I applaud her innovation and the
simplistic costume.
guts, the guts it took to just do that. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and have to stick with stealing's wrong.
I think the jury's made a decision.
I think we're going to see you guys in court at a later date.
An appeal.
Isn't that called like double jeopardy?
No.
No, she's filing appeal because she got caught.
Again.
Yeah.
Oh.
She can't be tried for the same crime twice if she gets...
Oh,
we found her
right.
guilty. So.
That's right, so it doesn't matter.
He applied it so that people can't appeal.
Like, nope, sorry, you already got convicted of that. Later. I don't care if you're innocent. Okay. Well, I'm here before you guys today to represent someone who is just going by their animal instincts. And to be fair, my client was instigated into the behavior that may or may not have occurred. Did occur. There's video evidence. It absolutely occurred. But what happened is my client was already a prisoner and was being heckled and harassed by onlookers and decided to throw some of his own feces and happened to hit an elderly woman in the face. Now, my client is a chimpanzee.
That definitely clears some things up.
I'm glad that it's a chimp.
He was in a zoo, which, how would you like to be locked up all the time? But besides that, apparently these people were egging him on, boisterously laughing at behavior that he wasn't supposed to be performing. And there are signs warning people not to tap on glass, not to do anything to encourage or in any way make chimps go a little out of control.
I see.
So my argument is that the chimp was just trying to get a few laughs out of the crowd. He was just doing what he does in nature, throwing some poo.
Did the chimp hit anybody?
There was a grandma who was hit in the nose.
A grandma.
A grandmother.
Oh, gosh.
But it's like, have you ever been to SeaWorld or anything like SeaWorld? There's a splash zone. My argument is that if you're sitting in the front row at a chimp exhibit and you're among a group of people who are instigating behavior from the chimp, you're in the splash zone.
Fair enough.
Okay, the fact that it's hit a grandma is really sticking with me. I think, Jordan, we need to see some evidence about this.
Yeah, we need to see more.
We need to see the poops.
You can't handle the poops.
All right.
And neither could the grandma.
Here's my take. These people probably paid to enter the zoo.
Yes.
There's probably some sort of fine print on their ticket that waives them of any liability besides death. Like if they got eaten, that would be different. But in this case, it's just like you can't control that. A bird could fly overhead and just drop on
fair.
you. So I think
it's hard to argue with Shawn's splash zone argument.
you're right. Yeah, they were in the way. Maybe he wasn't even throwing it at them. Like he was just tossing it.
It was an underhand toss. It wasn't even like a overhand throw. Underhand toss.
Underhand. That makes a good difference.
I think
I see no
because of
fault
that-
here.
Yeah.
No
We're going to
fault.
have to say that this chimpanzee is free to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Woo!
in his cage. He still has to stay there.
Yeah, he's fine to stay in his cage.
He's got to stay in his cage.
Well, we appreciate you guys sticking with us for another episode 39. Next time in 2 weeks, we're going to be hitting our 40s.
Number 40.
40.
I still have several years before I actually reach my 40s, Jordan.
No, you're already past that age, Jeff.
I only have a few.
Thanks, guys, for sticking around. As we've told you, if you guys leave a review on iTunes or call in to 415-PODLINE, you guys can leave us a message that we can play on the show. We'd be happy to send you a logo sticker. We sent one out last time to someone who left a review.
We'll also love you forever.
Yes, or until you throw your feces at us. With that, today we were Jordan.
Thanks for listening.
Shawn.
Do or do not. There is no try.
And I am Jeff, and we are out.
Brad Paisley strikes again.